Hello and welcome back to the Penno Channel. We're here for the match preview for Aston Villa versus Everton in the Barclays Premier League. But before we start, if you could like, subscribe, and also comment your thoughts on what happens here. And also, we've got a membership which you can also apply for now or be a part of the channel. So if you'd like to join, if you could click the link which is in the bio for that. I'm joined with my bro. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Good. So excited to have Villa back, man. It's been too long. It's been
Bro,
too long.
it's mad. This week's flown by, you know. You know what's been mad this week? The cold's come. The cold has arrived. It's been freezing the last 2 days. And you think?
Yep. And that's our favourite part of the season, man.
We're coming into the cold stretches.
The 5:30s. When the 5:30 start getting dark and it's cold and that, bro, those are my favourite. Everyone probably
Then winter nights and winter Champions League nights are soon around the corner.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, the week's flown by. I just can't wait for the weekend, man. It's always after these internationals, you just want the week to fly by so that you get back to the Premier League football. And we go to Villa Park, back at home, and host an Everton side who haven't got any points yet on the board. Had a disastrous result against Bournemouth before the international break. We'll talk about that and what happened there. And they're looking to get any points on the board that they can.
Yeah, like Everton, bro, I don't know what happened to them in that Bournemouth game, but that was one of the craziest things I've seen. What was it, like the quickest comeback to be that late in the game of like all time in the Prem?
From the 87th minute, yeah.
Crazy. Mad. So, yeah, they're going to be itching to try and get some points on the board, man. But we need to be at our best. And they're kind of, I don't know, man, it's like on tenterhooks with Dyche and Everton. Like I've seen a lot of Everton fans not happy with Dyche, and some of them want him out. Some don't. So we need to play on that as well, bro.
For sure. We definitely
do. Yeah, get their players nervous.
Yeah, we do for sure. We'll go to a few of the comments first before we get into this one. Marcus joined. Says good evening. Thanks for joining, Mike. Kevin's joined as well. He said hi, guys. Thanks for joining, Kevin. Better late than never. Lol. Yeah, this was meant to be starting at 7, but had to keep pushing it back. Personal life took over, but we're here. GA, hello everyone. Hope everyone is okay. Thanks for joining, GA. Michael with the same stat that's repeated every time this game gets played. The oldest fixture in world football, Villa versus Everton. It's a continuation, man. It was when we were in the Championship. That was one of the things I missed. The regular Villa versus Everton, the most played fixture. And Marcus says, what I'm looking for on Saturday is Villa to be ruthless. We'll get onto that in previous fixtures we played against Everton, because the last one, we were relatively ruthless against them with that 4-0 victory. We'll get into Everton, bro. What's your feelings around Everton first? First, we're going as a club, but just more to, they've got the new stadium coming in next year. They've narrowly avoided relegation now the last few seasons. The points deduction last year, potential further ramifications coming up this year as well. Everton are a club I like and I have liked because of the similarities between them. But it really seems like they're at the point where it could be possibly relegation, and it just all goes a bit sour.
Yeah, I've said on here before, bro, like Villa have had some absolute madness happen to them in terms of like disappointment and shortcomings and stuff in my life supporting Villa. But bro, Everton fans have had it worse. Like I don't get. I know they haven't been relegated, but bro, some of the stuff they have to go through, the points deductions, just the constant losses, and I don't know. There always seems to be something negative happening at Everton, man. Whether it's they want their board out or they want other guys out. Like I don't know, man. So yeah, it's just Everton, isn't it?
It just seems to be
that's what their fan base
after moment recently.
Oh, that's what their fans say. If something bad happens at Everton, they say Everton. That is Everton. Like that's synonymous with their fans. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think they've actually played that bad this season. No. So it's not like they're getting like absolutely battered and just don't deserve any points. Like They were 2-0 up against Bournemouth, or
Yeah, we'll go into it. Look at them a bit more in terms of their squad and their window. What did you think of the window they did? The business they did. Obviously, they got rid of Amadou to us. They got rid of Lewis Dobbin to us as well. They also got rid of players like Ben Godfrey, Neil Maupay, who were kind of fringe players. Neil Maupay was out on loan. Mason Holgate as well. Andre Gomez left. But then they brought in Jack O'Brien, who's quite a competent centre back. If you watched the England game the other day, he played for Ireland in that. Iliman and Dye, who we've mentioned previously, we think is a very good player. Obviously, Tim went there as well, and they got in Amanda Breuer and Mangala from Nottingham Forest as well. So their window, what do you think in terms of the position they're in? Obviously, the financial difficulties they're facing. They were part of the PSR cartel with ourselves, having to do deals before the deadline. How do you think they've done in terms of the position they're in and what they're looking to achieve this season?
They had to be smart. Like even the Lindstrom signing, I think, was that on loan with like an obligation or option. Like they had to be very smart.
Lindstrom as well. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing for them was probably keeping Branthwaite. I know he's still injured, but that seemed like he was going like last summer. So that would have been a big plus for them. He was sick towards the end of last season, especially in that Liverpool game at home. He was unreal when they beat Liverpool. So yeah, that's big for them. Bro, I don't even think their squad's that, but maybe right back. I don't really rate their right back options. I know like Coleman's like a fan favourite there and that. But I think they could strengthen at right back. But yeah, I think they're not even that bad of a squad, bro.
So then
they got
looking at the result.
He's one of the better keepers in the league.
So then looking at them, we look at their results and lineup and the results they've had recently. 4-0 to Spurs, which was quite devastating. I think Spurs deserved that, and statistically and the way they played, it was kind of one of those games. But you've got to look at the Brighton game and the Bournemouth game at home, where the Brighton game kind of all went a mess when Ashley Young got sent off, and they were already 2-0 down, but he was really out of sight from that point. Brighton are a good side for sure, but then also you've got that Bournemouth game as well. That could potentially really define the season. We all remember the season we went down. We were 2-0 up against Leicester really early on in the season. 2-0 up cruising, and we lost 3-2 in that game. And inevitably, that propelled them to win the league and us to go down that season. Yeah, and remember how early...
We also had Tim Sherwood as manager, which a lot of people never addressed for some reason.
No, but a result like that could be season defining. Do you know what I mean? It could change the whole dynamic.
As in like with the Bournemouth. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
In terms of the impact it could have.
Yeah, potentially.
So yeah, it's they're just going to come here and try and get some points, and the way they're going to do that is, I think they'll set up in a manner to try and frustrate us as much as possible. And I think teams who came to Villa Park last season and got any joy, that was the way they set up, especially teams who were in mid to bottom half of the table. That was the approach they took, and I think Sean Dyche will take that approach. I don't know. What's your thoughts regarding that?
Yeah, they've got a bit of pace, like, and Dye. Okay, he's not rapid, but who else have they got? They've been playing Lindstrom as well. Then they have Calvert-Lewin, I've always said Calvert-Lewin, he's a good outlet man. Like, he might not always score your chances, but he's going to get one at least. So we just got to watch Calvert-Lewin as well, man. But I think they're wide. I think wide, their fullbacks are probably their weakest area. If they're starting, no disrespect to Ashley Young, but if you're starting Ashley Young in like 2024, Coleman's got injured against England. Like, that's where we need to attack them.
So for this one, they'll be missing Amanda Breuer, obviously Branthwaite that you've mentioned as well, and Patterson's not back, so that's another fullback who I know he wasn't getting much game time anyway, but that's another option. Seamus Coleman with Ireland, I don't know if he's available after he went off in the England game. So if it is Ashley, I'm back in at right back, Mikolenko left back, and then obviously no Branthwaite, so they'll be playing Tarkowski and Michael Keane. So that does look like a defence on paper you can get at.
We need to go
within the midfield. It's Idrissa Gueye with Tim, and then Iliman and Dye. So there's a number of players here who are wanting to get one over us within this game, who are Everton players. I mean, you'll have probably Ashley Young playing, you'll have Tim playing, you'll have Idrissa playing, who's a former player as well. And then we have a number of former players as well, which Kevin stated. Digne, Barkley, Onana. Yeah, so many connections with this fixture as well, and the players playing within that. So there's got to be a few players who wanted to be putting some big performances just because it's against their old clubs.
Yeah, I mean, they can will that as well, but it's about the setup they're in. It's about the instructions. It's about performing as a team, really, and it's not really going to be like an individual that like fully takes the grasp of the game. I think so. Hopefully, we can just show our quality. Like we are the better team on paper. We have a better squad, but obviously football doesn't work like that. So we need to just come play how we play. Obviously, Emery's going to do the research. He's going to know tactically how Dyche is going to set up. And yeah, hopefully we just get an early goal, man, because we know when we take the lead, more often than not, we do see out the games.
Yeah, I think our opportunity here is to play through them. If they're playing Ndiaye in that 10 role, I know I did look at some statistical data regarding Ndiaye and the number of tackles Everton midfielders had made, and there was a high amount of completion between the three midfielders. But if we can play through that middle, I think we can get a lot of joy. We know Tim from him being here in terms of positionally, he's not as positionally controlled. So Tim likes to roam within that. So it will be Idrissa who will be getting across a number of our midfield, and if we can play through him in our box, I think we can get a lot of joy and a lot of space within that around that midfield three. But yeah, them on the ball, I think they can transition well with Tim playing. I think he can introduce them well, and he's shown that in the first 3 games. He's been one of their best players, progressing with the ball. And Ndiaye can progress with the ball as well. And then you've got McNeil and Harrison Hill to be looking to use down the flanks and getting the balls in for Calvert-Lewin, who could potentially cause us problems due to our aerially with our centre backs, where we've shown weaknesses in the previous occurrences. I think that's how they get the best from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro. With that in mind, let's get on to find Tim's comments. Did you see those?
Yeah, I loved the interview. I thought he was honest. I thought he was insightful. Yeah, I actually did read that the other day, and I thought, yeah, he's honest about his time at Villa. He had chances, he probably didn't grasp them. Some of the times I felt sorry for him with the games that he was getting taken into. Other times I thought, you probably have to grab your chance and play better there. So he was honest, man.
Yeah, he was well-rounded, wasn't he? He was saying he didn't think he got as much opportunities, but when he did get the opportunities, he didn't feel like he grasped them. So he was kind of fair in his assessment, I think, and he recognised that. He did make comment on Dyche and that how he doesn't have no positional awareness, or he hasn't really been given any instructions within his position.
Oh yeah, which is a bit mad.
which is mad. But,
that's crazy to hear for a Premier League midfielder to not get instructions like that. I think that's insane.
Yeah, that was a bit mad, that quote, but hopefully that is the case on Saturday, and he's out of position a number of occasions. So with that in mind, we'll move on to Russ, bro. It looks like a number of the players were back in first team training. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I just heard Konsa had a knock. He's fine. He's back in training today. Heard Watkins trained. And then I heard Bailey trained for a little bit, but he went back into the gym early. So he didn't complete the full training. So I don't know if he's going to be ready for Everton, but I don't think like the 6 to 8 week thing that people were saying about his hamstring that I saw on Twitter, and I don't think it's that severe. I think he'll be all right soon.
So with that in mind, and those 2 players back in terms of Konsa and Watkins, how do you see us setting up? What do you think Unai will go for? Does anyone get rested for Everton? Is young boys prioritised in terms of rotated from the squad previously?
We spoke about it yesterday.
Not as much.
I think at the start, I don't think we'll see much rotation. I think it's early on. I think when we get to like September, when we get to November, them times, that's where you start to see it. Because
so what will your
players are going to get rested. Players are going to get rested for that Wickham game. I think that's when I think we'll see heavy rotation. Firstly,
yeah. So what will you be your lineup going into this one? What do you think? Yours or Unai? Go for whichever one you think.
Unai's going to keep it all the same. Yeah. Ramsey will come in for Bailey, and Watkins and Rodgers will start
on the left. Yeah,
I'd start Maatsen, bro. I'll be honest. I'd start Maatsen.
Yeah. So what would you do?
I'd go Martinez, Matson, Powell, Konsa. I think I play Costa, you know. Who's on the left for them? Dwight McNeil. Similar to Martinelli in a way. He's going to go inside. He's going to run down the touchline and try and get a cross in. Costa defended well against McNeil, man. Against Martinelli, against Arsenal. Yeah, I'll go Costa. Then I'll go... no, Bailey's hard now, isn't it?
I think it will be McGinn,
Ramsey, Onana, Tillemans, McGinn,
Ramsey,
Rogers, Watkins.
Yeah. So where can we get the joy from this game?
Midfield battle is going to be massive. That box that we play, getting Onana on the ball, getting Tillemans working his magic. Our best player so far this season. Get Tillemans spraying the passes, breaking their lines. As you said, Iroegbunam and Guy isn't the most positionally disciplined midfield in the Premier League, and like we're going to get space in behind, and they'll try and play in their block. They'll try and be compact, but we're going to have a lot of the ball, and we're just going to have to work our way through it. Pau Torres as well is going to be massive. Pau Torres is going to be so massive to breaking their block as well. So yeah, I think we're going to get chances, bro. It's going to be a case of, do we take the chances?
Yeah. And regarding John Duran, how far is he off a start? I
think John Duran deserves to start, and Watkins doesn't deserve to be dropped.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? That's a fair assessment. I agree. In terms of Watkins hasn't done enough to be dropped at all, and he's kind of integral to how we play. But Duran, with the goals he scored and the impact he's had, he's more than deserving to have a start. So it's a tough decision for Unai to make, but I think he'd rather be in this position where he's got two quality strikers. One's banging form and one's not far away. He's getting in the right positions and the goals will come. So if he's hopefully going into this run of fixtures with two strikers in form and Watkins can bag a few at the weekend, what more can you want? I'm just going to go through some of the comments. Yeah, there's some good ones. GA goes, yeah, what do you guys think about the third kit? And Adam rates it. Do you rate it, bro?
Yeah, I'm a fan, bro. I think the silver's a nice touch. I think it's different. I could see myself wearing that like outerwear as well, to like not just to the game, like just other events as well and stuff like other places. Like Albert, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like the third kit, bro. Especially as we know, like Adidas contract was late, so they had less time to design the kits. Like I'm content with the three kits.
Yeah. The kits are nice, and apparently there's a fourth one coming as well for the 150. Apparently. GI saying can't be fun waking up every day knowing you're supporting Everton. Yeah, it's been a myth for a while for Everton fans. But they've got the new ground to look forward to. I think they all just want to be playing in the Premier League when they get into that new ground. And you see some of the stuff, the spaces and stuff with Everton fans. It's the jokes, man. Ryan Lee's joined for Evening All. He says, thanks for joining, Ryan. Kevin said so many connections. Yeah, we spoke about that one. Rachel joined as well. Thanks for joining, Rachel. And just sending his hellos. Kevin saying Onana will score again tomorrow. If Onana's on 3 and 4, he's on for a mad goal scoring season. If he gets another one at the weekend, he'll be on 3 and 4. For a guy who scored his most in one season was 1 goal.
Yeah, so he's got 2 Premier League goals before he joined Villa.
In his career, yeah, before Villa. So if he gets them to 3 and 4, that's mental. Jay saying we need McGinn to wake up as well. In my opinion, he's been poor so far. I need that energy again from him from more than ever now this season. Yeah, I think McGinn on the ball hasn't been great. I think his pressing and his positional playing off the ball has been decent. Even for Scotland, he wasn't too good in the games I watched. He wasn't great in those either. So McGinn's he's a bit out of form on the ball and what he's been doing with the ball. So I expect him to increase that now and start building up his form for sure. And as Kevin says, I reckon McGinn is pacing himself ready for Champions League games if he's picked, of course. Yeah, that's a fair point as well. He's the captain, but there's so many players, and again, it will be the use of the squad. Kevin's saying, is Bidet injured? See, I've not heard about Bidet, but yeah.
I ain't heard nothing about Bidet, man.
No, I haven't heard nothing from Bidet, even from when he was missing from the game against Leicester. So
he'd get more minutes as well if Bailey's out.
100%. He'd be close to starting, I think, if Bailey, because he was getting minutes. He's the like-for-like Bailey replacement. That centre play off the right, unless you move again to the right side. So yeah. Kevin saying as well, perfect team for Watkins to break his ducks. Fact it is.
Yeah,
Michael going Watkins to start. It's good to know Giovanni's kicking the door down to start. And Rachel saying, yeah, the goalkeeper kit as well, bro. You seen that, Martinez?
Yeah, decent. Thing with Giovanni, Duran will probably start at about 14 clubs in the Premier League right now.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Like,
it's tough.
He's so unlucky. Like, there's literally nothing more. I think even if you got the winner against Everton, like, you'd still be like, he probably won't start against Wolves.
Bro, this is why I say we have the best strikers as a two in the league.
Yeah.
Now Julian Alvarez has gone from City. We have, in terms of out and out nines, we have the two best combination. I think the closest who could have talked was Wilson and Isak, and Wilson's just always injured now. I don't think he's at that level. But any other side, we have the best. Facts. So yeah, we are very lucky in that sense, in that department now. And I'm happy with either starting, to be honest. I think you're the same as well. So yeah, bro. Anything else you'd like to bring up? That was just a quick overview of the Everton game. The kits were released today. Anything else?
No, not if there's anything.
I think that was a no.
Background noise, but yeah. No, I'm nothing else to speak on.
Yeah. I think we'll close it there. Just a quick preview for the game. Thank you all for joining. Again, if you could like the video, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on the game as well. Drop some predictions in the comments. That would be much appreciated. And also, as we said, you can now become a member. So if you'd like to do that as well, please do. Thank you all for joining Up the Villa, and let's hope we get the 3 points on Saturday.